So this guy says that when he was 6 years old, he started to have the same dream over and over again for an extended period of time. He doesn't know if it is a dream, but more so the events that would happen were the same. He would go to sleep. By the time he would start to wake up, he would see a very bright light. And it wasn't like in his bedroom, because there was no light on in his bedroom. He could not even fall asleep with a light on. Right when he's about to open his eyes, he would see this really bright light, and then he would hear a woman's voice very close to his ear say 1-11-03. But the way that she would say it was like this: 1-11-03. Like with that rhythm every single time. Night after night, he would, right about to wake up, sees the bright light, hears a woman's voice again, 1-11-03. He explains it almost like if somebody was talking to themselves and he was just there listening. What was the significance of that number? He had no idea. But since he had been hearing that number again and again and again, it kind of became a part of his life. Anytime he needed a password for something, it would be 1-11-03. Anytime he needed to create a new username, it would end with 1-11-03. Basically, that number just became very significant to him because of the amount of times he had heard it over and over again. So he would continue to have this dream until he turned 10 years old. So he tells us that he became the water boy to his dad's soccer team. He would see that his dad would play soccer with his friends, and he would see him so happy, so he wanted to be included, and his dad appointed him the water boy. He said that his dad bought him this really big cooler and that he would fill up water cups and just run him to his dad's friends. So in 2003, there was a game, and it was really strange because during that time it should have been cold, but it was extremely hot. He said that his dad gave everything he had out in the field. Like, he made 2 goals, but he was very overheated. He was so overheated that he didn't even wait for his son to give him a cup of water. He grabbed the cooler and just literally poured the water all over him. However, when he finished drinking that really cold water with ice, he just fell to the ground. When he hits the ground, everybody starts running towards him, and he admits his memory of what happened was a little fuzzy because it was a little traumatizing. He then sees where they're taking his dad to the ambulance, and he didn't know whether to cry, whether to jump in. He didn't know what to do. He just remember saying dad as they're taking him away. They end up putting him in the ambulance with his dad, and once at the hospital, the mom showed up as well. He remembers the paramedics trying to do stuff to his dad, but his dad was not having any reaction. He was just out. At the hospital, they took the dad back, and he and his mom are sitting in that waiting area just not knowing what's going on with dad. He says he does remember the mom just crying hysterically, trying to talk to some of the nurses, just trying to see who can have information about what's going on with his dad. And as he's sitting in that waiting area, he hears from afar a woman's voice say 1-11-03. It was the 1st of November of 2003, and it was the day that his dad passed away. He says that it was the same voice that was in his dreams all those times from age 6 to 10. Those numbers that day has stayed in his brain for the longest time, and he just doesn't have an explanation of what happened. In case you're wondering why the numbers were 1-11-03 and not 11-1-03, it's because in Mexico the dates are reversed, so it's the day, the month, and the year. But anyways, what do you guys think?